It is quite intimidating to be in such a large class and not really know how to talk to the professor when there's nothing to talk to them about. I had no eager questions just yet in the beginning of the quarter. But when I saw Professor Getty wearing that shirt on that first day and her brief little mention about herself, it made all the difference for me. And then I learned about this program, and to know that there's so many of you here and that you guys are trying to make the connection with all these students who are also first generation, it really touches my heart, and I'm really happy that this is a program.
So in the fall, I taught my developmental psychology class. There are 240 students there. It's difficult to strike a balance between, wanting to say something personal that the students can relate to and kind of not overdo it in a context that is a lecture. And I thought that actually wearing the t-shirt was a very powerful way to break this little resistance and to provide a framework, a real context in which to talk. And I thought that sharing that experience really was helpful. And more than any other times, actually, I had students come into office hours telling me about making directly, explicitly the connection with what I shared, but also asking me questions that they had not asked me before, like, how did you get from Italy to here? What kind of challenges did you face? How did you pick what career you wanted? What kind of doubts did you have? And I think that I really credit First Gen for facilitating that conversation.
As a junior honors transfer, I was required to take a first-year seminar, and that's where I had a one-on-one with Carolyn. And I told her that I had a list of professors, but I'd had that list for a while, and I was just too intimidated to necessarily go up to them because I couldn't find something to differentiate myself from thousands of students here. So she actually asked me if I was a first-gen student, and I told her yes. And then she asked if I knew about this program, and I told her I'd heard about it, but didn't know what it was. And she actually popped up the website, and one of the first persons on that list was Dr. Diazanu, and she was also on my list, and she was like, well, let's make this connection. That's how I was able to connect with her.
I'm still in contact with my undergraduate mentor. Like I said, he's the one who inspired me. He said some things that really taught me how, through hard work and motivation and some stubbornness, you can succeed. And he's also the one who told me that invertebrates were going to rule the world and were the system of the future when it comes to neurobiology. So some things were good, some things were bad. But what I take from that experience is how important it is to have mentors, how much his mentorship influenced me and influenced my career. And that's what I try to do. I try to be a good mentor for my undergraduates and my graduate students.
It's great to hear these stories. Let's now expand the program by making sure all faculty who are participating in this program are telling their students about it and directing them to the website, because there's information there that can be so helpful. We can also offer just to tell our students that they can come by and talk. It may seem to some of us like, well, I won't be able to solve all these students' problems, or I can't offer each student a spot in my lab or with research. But so often, students are just looking to connect, to ask how we overcame the barriers that we found and what advice we might have for them on their journey.